now that all the fence is sorted out nicely, the bit I can turn my attention to is the bit I actually am sort of really interested in. There was an old fence here before which was all rickety rackety, so it just needed a nice secure thing so I could get on and build my wood store. Now obviously I'm going to have like a covered thing, so there's going to be like a cover coming out sort of about 600 mil, something like that, and that's going to run all the way down there and into that L-shaped section bit at the end. So I need to think how I'm going to approach this. I could slope with the slope of the ground and have the water runoff sort of going that way, but if I do that, all the water's going to end up right in the corner where there's never really any air, and it will just get damp and everything will go manky. So what I want to do is I want to have it sloping forward. Not too much of a slope, because then I'll lose some access, won't I? But I think that's the only realistic way of doing it. Now whether I terrace it and have different height bits for different sections of the fence, or whether I just go with sort of one level bit, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm just going to get the spirit levels and see what wood I've got and just have a little bit more of a think about it. I'm trying to get an idea of the height to set the roof at. That looks about right. Well, what I'm going to do is look into seeing if I can repurpose this, which is the old fence that all fell to bits. I think it can just make a sort of lightweight covering sort of roof for the wood store, and then if I want to I can you know, maybe line it with a bit of plastic, something like that. I wanted to use that corrugated sort of cardboardy board, whatever it is. That's pretty good stuff actually, but 2 sheets will be 50 quid, and I've got this lying around here, so if I can salvage that then I will. Whether or not I can salvage it, well, the jury is out on that. Just prepping up a few more timbers, getting the old nails and screws out and whatnot. Only thing is, this firewood store is actually taking most of my firewood just to build. The thing is to get the proportions just right, so I don't want it to be too tall and not very wide, because that won't offer much protection from the rain. Although I've got the option of perhaps putting a sort of plastic flappy curtain in front if I need to, but it would be nice to leave it open because this is quite a sunny little corner, and I think it'll generally, you know, air and keep in the sun more than it'll get wet if I don't, as long as I don't make it too tall, as long as I keep it, you know, with enough of a canopy on it. So it's just what I'm trying to establish now. Sometimes you just have to stop and think a bit, don't you? They countersink themselves, these. If you twist them in hard enough, that is. No postgre involved, but that'll do. Well, there may or may not be a gap in the footage from where I last was, because I've just knocked the tripod over, smashed that phone completely to pieces, both back, front and everything else. Don't think even I can fix it. so I've had to get the spare one out and try and get back on with what I'm trying to get back on with.
In the end, I salvaged all the footage. Let continuity prevail.
I'm just using a couple of brackets here because I've got a join on my horizontal bit which is being supported by this little support, and there's not much to screw onto, so a couple of brackets will sort that out, no problem. I know what you're thinking that looks a bit flimsy, but the thing is it's a frame and it won't have any strength until it's completed. There's going to be a couple of sort of supporting bits across, and of course it's going to have a whole top as well which will add strength to it, and it goes round the corner so it's L-shaped which will add more strength. I really don't want to make it any bulkier than need be because I want access, I want good access, so I think it'll be just fine when it's completed. Well, I really could do with another pair of hands. But it will get easier.
The chopper's back.
Well, I have to say this whole sort of outer framework bit has been a bit of a pain. Really would have been handy to have another pair of hands, but there is only me, so I've just cracked on anyway, and I've now got it to the point where it's sort of self-supporting in a kind of way, and I can just sort of work away and finish it off now without too much more bother.
And here it is. All nice and level.
Just spotted a little way that I put that brace in, looks a bit neater, and it can stay there permanently now. I've just raised that back bit up a little bit because it gives me a bit more. I've just seen a cat over there actually. Long gone now, of course. Ginger and white one, not seen him here before. I used to be friends with a very nice tabby cat that always used to come round here and see me. He'd be around if I was working out here. He's dead now, of course.
I just can't stop fiddling with this bit of wood.
Well, I've sort of unintentionally taken it to the next stage now, that sort of temporary support thing. I'm now on the Mark III version of that. I've got that angled at the correct height, another one down at that end, and I'll put one further along, and now the whole thing is pretty good actually. By the time I sort of nail a few sort of slats of wood across the top, I think it will be almost indestructible. Well, I'm losing the light now, so I think I'm going to pack up and go in. That's enough fun for one day.
See you next time.